welcome to yet another exciting episode of your favorite weekend wala show, Zee Connect, your weekly dose of fun, food and fanfare. October is known for Breast Cancer Awareness Month, an annual campaign to increase awareness of this disease. So this year, the Oberoi, Dubai organized an awareness event for their colleagues. But before we get to that, let's explore the grandeur of the Oberoi, Dubai. Welcome to Zee Connect, Dr. Veronica.
Thank you for having me today.
So doctor, before I begin with my questions, I just want to say kudos to you and other doctors like you who are right at the front of dealing with this pandemic. We're dealing with cancers like breast cancer and other deadly diseases and cancers. Y'all are doing excellent work being frontline workers.
Thank
so
you.
Salute to you and kudos to you, as I said.
Thank you.
Doctor, so October is the month of breast cancer awareness, and we try to spread as much as we can through various initiatives, and you are part of one such campaign that is being done by the Oberoi. So tell us more about it.
The importance of breast cancer awareness is that we can, as you said, spread the awareness between women of all ages on breast cancer. To be honest, it shouldn't be only October. October is the pink month, but it should be every month that a woman should check.
What age do you think it should really start from for a woman? When should she start being concerned?
Okay, so usually it depends also if a woman has family history, but actually we advise patients from the age, in their mid-20s to start doing self-regular examination monthly. And every 2 to 3 years, between the age of 25 to 39, if they don't have any symptoms, they should come anyway to be checked.
Right.
After the age of 39, instead, again, self-regular examination monthly, and then we could start considering images, mammogram and ultrasound scan.
Karim, it's so nice to see you again, and this time it's for a good cause. We are here to see your breast cancer awareness training program that you have put together for your staff, which I think is a brilliant initiative.
Absolutely, Priya. Thank you so much. Thank you also for the initiative of coming and to be present today with us, with all the doctors and professors which we are having. I personally believe, and the group has always been behind training and awareness. And the breast cancer, yes, lately with the pandemic of COVID-19 has lost a little bit of its importance, but it's very, very important to remind everybody, to remind us, remind our family, our colleagues, that this is a very still a live topic, and from the little bit which I am aware about, there is still a lot of work which can be done and must be done.
Anuba, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome.
You are the lead on this project, and this was your brainchild to do a breast cancer awareness for the women staff of the Oberoi. Tell us more about it and what gave you the idea.
Well, 2020 we know hasn't been very nice to us, and unfortunately at the beginning of the year we had a team member whose mother passed away because of this illness, and we all were quite upset. And we then realized it's now time to sensitize our people, because we wanted to extend our support to him, but none of us knew exactly how to do, what to do. So we thought it's time to sensitize our team members and to tell them how exactly they can extend their support, and that's how we wanted to do it earlier this year, but we thought this is also a perfect time, being October, Cancer Awareness Month. This just fits everything perfectly.
Welcome, Dr. Bhavna. Thank you so much for joining us here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Right, so this is the Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's great to have you here to talk about it. More and more awareness is obviously good for everyone. So let's talk a little bit about this deadly cancer and how early do symptoms really appear in this kind of cancer, and how early and how frequently should people get tested?
So, cancer is, so with the COVID thing going on, I feel there will be a pandemic of cancer because a lot of us have not taken any advice and stayed at home and not gone for our screening tests. So it's very important that we are proactive about our health. And it's very difficult to say when cancer develops, There are two factors related to cancer, genes and environment, but only less than 5% of breast cancers are hereditary. But otherwise, it is preventable in quite a few patients. You must examine yourself at least once a month, in different positions. You should know what is normal for you. So, you stand in front of the mirror with your hands by your side, with your hands up and on your hip, and see, how your breast looks, whether the nipple is symmetrical, what the contour is, whether you can see any lumps, whether there's any redness, whether the nipple is retracted. You start examining yourself from here and then go around the breast and up to the collarbone with three fingers. You press and you examine yourself, and do that at least once a month, usually 5th or 6th day of your period. We suggest that you do it because premenstrual you're slightly tender.
Yes.
Tender. So very important that know what is normal for you. And anytime you see that there is a change in contour, there is change in shape, you're standing in front of the mirror and you see this slight bulge, go and see a doctor. It may be nothing actually. A lot of us have lumps and bumps in our breasts, which are called fibroadenomas. They are not cancer. You just leave them alone. But it's important to know that, what is normal for you, and that you should start from an early age, from your 20s, because there is no age. Just because you are young, a lot of young women come with, late stages because they keep getting told and sent back that there's nothing wrong with you, it's just psychological, go take a vitamin E pill. So, just get a simple ultrasound done. Yes, we should not do a mammogram in younger women because the breasts are dense. So you can get a dose of radiation with mammogram, but it gives you no information. So just get a simple ultrasound done, but under medical advice. So don't ignore anything, I would say. And consult if you have anything that you feel is not normal for you.
Okay, superb. Dr. Bhavna, it's been great talking to you. Well, thank you so much for talking to us. It's been a pleasure. Thank you for sharing so much of information. I'm sure our viewers are going to benefit from it.
Thank you so much, Priya, for having me. It was lovely talking to you.
And after those wonderful set of interviews, it's time for a little break, but we are back shortly. Welcome back. So आज के स्वाद से स्वागत में बन रहा है Why spoil the fun? Let Tasneem reveal what.
स्वाद से स्वागत है आप सबका in one more episode of Zee Connect. I hope you guys have been keeping well, eating well, being safe, eating nutritious. However, I can't exactly specify on the nutritious part today because I have dessert for you. However, the dessert does have suji, rawa, semolina, whatever you call it. So it's not the most unhealthy, but at the same time we have cream, we have condensed milk. So I think this would be better off in the category of a cheat meal. So let's get started with our suji ki kheer, not halwa. So we will start with 1 liter of full fat milk. Into our pan it goes. And to that, I will be adding 5 to 6 pods of green cardamom. Now we're gonna let that boil. And in the meantime, we'll prepare the second part of the recipe. So for the second part of the recipe, super easy. We're just gonna blend everything in. So you can take a blender as in like this, or you can take a hand blender, whatever is easy for you to use. So here I have 200 ml of cooking cream. Next, I have 2 tablespoons of corn flour. This is what's gonna really help to thicken it up and make it very pudding-like. And then, as promised, 2 tablespoons of suji or semolina. And this is our secret ingredient, sweetened condensed milk. So we're gonna use a whole can, 400 ml. So this is the reason why we don't use any sugar, we don't use any sort of sweetener, and also the reason why it's gonna be nice and creamy and rich. And finally, egg. So egg will also help bind it in addition to the cornstarch. I'm gonna put the lid on and blend it all together. It's gonna give it a little bit of a shake before I put it on to mix, just to make sure it combines a little bit. Especially the cornstarch. If you've used it before, you know it's very difficult to incorporate into the rest of the mixture. And let's blend. So I'm gonna take it off, give it a good shake again, and give it one more blend. And again. There we go. And perfect timing because our milk has started boiling as well. Now what you have to be careful of now is that when you add this into our milk, you want to keep stirring and not move away from it, because otherwise it will become lumpy and you're gonna have the weirdest kheer. The moment the milk starts boiling, you want to turn it down so it doesn't boil over, and slowly add our mixture in batches, and keep combining. This is where you cannot stop mixing because otherwise you will end up having very lumpy kheer. So as I mentioned, you have to keep mixing this through, and our final mix in. And make sure, as you can see in here, some of the suji has still gotten left inside. So make sure you get that out as well. And we're just gonna continue mixing this until it starts boiling, and we're gonna reduce the heat and then mix it a little more, let it boil again. And after the second boil, we switch it off. Okay, so as you can see here, our kheer has thickened and become the consistency of like liquidy milkshake, and that's exactly what we want it to be like. So as you see, because I've been mixing it, it hasn't been sticking to the base very much, just a little bit. If you had to leave it, it would completely be stuck. So now that it had started boiling and bubbling, as you saw, and the consistency is perfect, I switched the stove off, and I'm gonna add this into my serving dish. Now, a lot of the serving dishes that we use to put stuff like that are already heat proof, so that's safe. But just to be really safe, you should always put a metal spoon into anything that you fear might break, because the spoon absorbs the heat and your glass will not break or crack or shatter at all. And this is our suji ki kheer. Now it is very hot, so let it cool down. It's gonna take a while. You know, garam doodh bahut der mein thanda hota hai. So let it be out for about 30 minutes to an hour. Cover it with a plate or something if you'd like. Do not put plastic on it because the plastic will melt. Very unhealthy. So we're gonna cover this with a little plate for about an hour. I'm gonna put it into the fridge after that for 3 to 4 hours, or until you see that the jiggle has reduced. So for the garnish, I like using a little bit of saffron while it's still hot, and I like to crush it down so it really releases all of that essence. This is good for slight essence, and when it's hot, it's really going to pick up on the saffron aroma and flavor. Once this cools down, we will come back and do the rest of the garnish. All right, so here we are with our final product. It's been in the fridge about 3 to 4 hours. And I like garnishing it with a little more saffron and a few nuts, pista and almonds. There we go. Perfect, delicious, looks great. I promise it tastes even better. And I'm gonna try it and let you know. Perfectly sondha. It has that, because we kept stirring it, it has that perfect jale hue doodh ka sondhapan. And its sweetness is perfect, not too much, not too little. And once you put it in the fridge, it actually balances out its sweetness a lot better than if you had to eat it hot. So here's to next time, and here's to me eating some more meetha. Bye. For our semolina or suji kheer, we will start with 1 liter of full fat milk, 4 to 5 pods of green cardamom, and we will let that boil. While this boils, we will prepare our mixture. To that, I will add 200 ml of cooking cream, 2 tablespoons of corn flour, 2 tablespoons of suji or semolina, and 1 large can 400 ml of sweetened condensed milk. And lastly, 1 egg. We will now blend this until it becomes a nice milkshake consistency. By then, our milk would have started boiling. We will slowly, to our milk, add our mixture in batches. Once all of the mixture has been added to the milk and the milk starts thickening, we will reduce the heat and continue to cook, stirring consistently until it comes to the right consistency. And lastly, transfer this to a heat-proof dish and allow this to cool. Once it has cooled completely, put this in the fridge for about 2 to 3 hours to set. I like garnishing it with bits of saffron. And once the kheer has cooled, I like topping it up with a little saffron and a few dry fruits such as almonds and pistas again. Enjoy your kheer!
Suji ki kheer has made me really hungry. Why don't you guys take a break and I'll see you back very shortly. Welcome back. So next up, we are talking about the occasion of the International Day of the Girl 2020, a day that is recognized by the UNICEF, and this year's theme is My Voice, Our Equal Future. And we have our Artist of the Week performing for you a song that describes women in the most poetic way.
हाय, एशिया सिंगिंग सुपरस्टार से मेरी जी की जर्नी 2 साल पहले शुरू हुई थी एंड आई एम हियर अगेन विद जी कनेक्ट. बट आज कुछ अलग रीज़न से मैं आपके साथ हूँ. ऑन 11th of October, यूनिसेफ सेलिब्रेटेड इंटरनेशनल डे ऑफ गर्ल चाइल्ड. इसी रिलेटेड मैं आपके सामने एक गाना पेश करने वाली हूँ. द सॉन्ग इज़ ओरिजिनली sung by Shahid Mallya and the music is composed by Amit Trivedi, and the song goes as Ik Kudi. I hope you guys enjoy it.
जिदाना मोहब्बत गुम है हाय एक कुड़ी जिदाना मोहब्बत गुम है साद मुरादी सोनी पबत गुम
And that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Well, we look forward to receiving your thoughts and feedback on our social media handles, so please keep them pouring in. Until next week, this is me, Priya, signing off. Stay safe, stay healthy.